So I don't usually get to bed until about 3 a.m., which means I'm still in bed at 1:33 on a Sunday. Um, and this isn't good because it means that I miss meals, which means I miss my medication, which means I miss my periods. Um, I first started getting my periods when I was 13, and I wouldn't get, I would get it for like a month straight. I'd bleed, and then I wouldn't get it for like another couple of months. Um, and it was like, I know Kelsey was saying, you get a lot of body dysphoria if you don't exactly completely 100% identify as female. And I think more so now I feel more feminine, but I didn't at the time, and it was really difficult for me to go that long with it. I was kind of envious of girls like Presley who haven't gotten their period ever. But they took me to go get the ultrasound, and it showed no cysts. And the doctor said, okay, well, we'll just put you on some birth control and you'll be fine. And the birth control gave me migraines. We tried a couple of different brands and it didn't help. I just kept getting migraines. So I switched off that after about 2 or 3 years. And then my periods were great for about a year. I mean, I know Jessie was saying that she had hers like clockwork. Mine weren't clockwork. But they were reliable. I knew I'd get one every month around the same time. And they were light. They didn't last that long. I now know that most of those they were just like spotting. It wasn't actually like a full-blown period because the egg itself hadn't been released, which is why I had so many cysts when I came in after I hadn't got my period for 5 months. I went to the doctor, and so that's why I had so many cysts, was because for about a year, even though it seemed like I was getting normal periods, they weren't completely flushing out the egg. So I did get my period just before I went to the doctors, and it was terrible because it couldn't have been worse timing. It was only for a couple of days, but it was really heavy, and Nat and I were going to France, and I was staying with Nat, and she's got a single bed, so it's difficult enough for us. And then I had to get out of bed every hour because I was changing my tampon every hour, and these were like, the big ones. So I switched to a mooncup. It's a menstrual cup, and it's made out of silicone, and it's really nice. And you just hold it and you put it in. And what it does is it'll make a suction cup onto your cervix. But it has these little holes, if you can see them, little pinholes that keep it from bruising or putting too much suction on. And they can hold a lot more, and they don't cause toxic shock syndrome, and they have no chemicals. And I've become obsessed with this. Like, you can hold a lot more, and it shows you, I don't know if you can see it. Here, maybe if I put my hand in it. It has little lines that tell me how much is in there, and I know it's gross, but I've become, like, obsessed with it. But the thing is that you can leave it in for, like, 12 hours. When you clean these little pinholes out, though, here's a couple of things. If you'll see, it tells you to use a needle if you need to clean it out. If you'll see, the needle goes at an angle, so when you're doing it, go in slow, and don't try to put it in straight, and if you feel it hit anything, then stop, because otherwise you'll make a new pinhole, and that will mess with the suction. Also, it comes with a stem, and I cut my stem off